and more.
राजस्थान की महिलाएं कांग्रेस सरकार को बर्दाश्त करने को तैयार नहीं है।
केसीआर ने पूरे देश में एक ही राज्य ऐसा है जहां रिलीजियस रिजर्वेशन दिया जाता है जो संविधान सम्मत नहीं है।
जो प्रधानमंत्री जी पैसा भेजते हैं वह पैसा धरती पर यहाँ तेलंगाना में केसीआर की भ्रष्टाचारी सरकार नहीं लगाती।
It's been exactly 15 years since the devastating 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks. A day that everyone remembers for their own reasons. There are many who lost their loved ones. There are many who even lost those who were ensuring that we all remained safe and protected. Has anything changed post 26/11? How has the last many years been? The families continue to remember those who've left them 15 years ago. We'll get you live coverage of that and much more in just a moment. First up, the headlines. 15 years since the devastating 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, the nation pays tribute. The Prime Minister says can never forget this day. India remembers the heroes who lost their lives in the horrific terror attack. Special broadcast from Mumbai shortly.
चीफ मिनिस्टर आए, हमेशा पेटेंट डायलॉग है इसका, याद है कि हम नाम बदल देंगे। अरे भाई, यह नाम नहीं बदल सकते। यहाँ पे नाम नहीं बदल सकते। आपका ख्वाब ही रहेगा।
That's a mega election face-off in Telangana as Yogi Adityanath brings back the Bhagyanagar renaming pitch. Owaisi hits back at the BJP.
Today is Constitution Day, but even though it is a national occasion, it is a Rashtriya occasion. Congress can't stop playing small and petty Rajniti over it.
The Congress alleging constitution being bulldozed by the Modi government, the BJP is asking, what about the emergency? "15 meters of a vertical drilling work completed. Rescue operations continue on war footing in Uttarakhand." And pro-Khalistani slogans raised outside a temple in Canada over Nijjar killing claim. First up, let's put our focus on a story, on an event that has changed the lives of many people. It has changed how diplomacy works. It has also changed how security has been taken. Remember, it was on this day, 26th of December, when India witnessed one of the worst terror attacks, the 26/11, The 166 people lost their lives while over 250 others were injured. India is today paying tributes to those brave hearts and saluting those heroes who saved many lives at the most difficult moment. And on the anniversary of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attack, the Prime Minister earlier has also paid homage to all those who lost their lives in this attack. The Prime Minister said that India faced the most heinous of the attacks on this day, but it was the country's capability that it recovered from that assault and was also crushing terrorism with all its courage.
छब्बीस 11 को देश बहुत बड़ा आतंकी हमले का शिकार हुआ था। इस हमले में हमने अनेकों निर्दोष देशवासियों को खो दिया। 26/11 का ये दिन हमें ये भी याद दिलाता है कि कमजोर और असमर्थ सरकारें देश को कितना नुकसान पहुंचा सकती हैं।
बुधवार की रात काली रात है, आज तक भूल नहीं पाया हूँ। उस वजह से मेरे को आज तक है ना सुबह 5-6 बजे रोज़ सोता हूँ, कितना भी मैं काम कर लूँ 5 बजे 6 बजे के बाद सुबह नींद आती है। काली रात इतनी भयानक थी कि किसी भी देश किसी भी कंट्री में ऐसा ना हो। आतंकवादी लोगों का हमने क्या बिगाड़ा है? लड़ो, बॉर्डर पे जाके लड़ो, मिलिट्री लोग से, सिपाही लोग से। पीछे आए बुजुर्ग बच्चा, उसमें देखो हम लोग का मजहब कुछ सिखाता नहीं है कि उसको मारो उसको मारो।
कि हाथ में गोली लग रही है तो किसी के पैर में तो किसी के सर में, समझ में नहीं आ रहा था आखिर में वहाँ क्या हो रहा है। तब मेरी उम्र 9 साल 11 महीने की थी। मैं एक शख्स को देखती हूँ बुटका सरी का, जिसके हाथ में बड़ी सी गन है और वो अंधाधुंध गोली फायरिंग कर रहा है। मैं आखिर में क्वेश्चन मांगती कि ये हम लोगों को गोली क्यों मार रहा है, ये कौन है और ये सब क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पर, मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा था। अचानक से फिर एक गोली आके मेरे राइट पैर में लग जाती है और मैं गिर जाती हूँ, बेहोश हो जाती हूँ। वहाँ से मुझे सेंट जॉर्ज हॉस्पिटल लेके गए।
Last 15 years, I think people have become more vigilant and they haven't, in the last 15 years also, people really haven't forgotten what has happened, and that's a good thing. The change that I personally see is that they stand up for what is right. They are more aware about their own surroundings. If there is any kind of activity which is not justified or which seems even a tad bit suspicious, they go to the right authorities. They flag it on social media. They take it up. So I think the city overall has become really aware that these things exist and that we have to fight collectively.
आप देख रहे हैं कि पूरे मुंबई में जहाँ जहाँ भी पॉसिबल है लोग जाके अपनी श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित कर रहे हैं, अपने श्रद्धा भाव अर्पित कर रहे हैं। एक बार फिर से हम पूरे पुलिस दल को शहर की सुरक्षा में, शहर के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा में इस दिन और रोज समर्पित करते हैं।
First of all, it's a horrendous phenomena when people come into your safe haven, to your houses in Mumbai to disrupt their life, to create panic. They wanted panic. They wanted to transmit it. Exactly like Hamas. You know, their aim is not only to kill, it's also to kill, to create panic with the surviving, to make them afraid. And we are telling the Indians, like India is always standing with Israel, and especially recently, but always, since I'm here more than 2 years, India, on most occasions, especially when we need India, India is on our side. That's the feeling. And Indians have to know we are on your side. When you come to fight terrorism, there is no if and no buts.
And as the country marks 15 years since these attacks, remember Rawat has spoken to the Freedom Fighters Association in Jammu, and this is also how they recall how the last many years have been and what a moment 26/11 was for the entire country.
आप मुझे बताइए कि आपको याद है उस 26 जनवरी का जब अटैक हुआ?
आपको क्या, पूरे वर्ल्ड को ये पता है 26/11 को जो मुंबई के अंदर अटैक हुआ, हमारे 160 से ज़्यादा लोग शहीद हुए। मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि पूरा भारतवर्ष आज के दिन सोग में रहना चाहिए और उनको याद करना चाहिए 26/11 के शहीदों को। कम से कम मैं स्कूल और कॉलेजेस के प्रिंसिपलों से ये अपील करूँगा कि कम से कम इस दिन को अपने स्कूल और कॉलेजेस में अवेयरनेस फैलाएं, ताकि उन जवानों को, उनकी आत्मा को शांति मिल सके। हमारी यही एक प्रार्थना है कि हमने आज जो प्रोग्राम यहाँ पे रखा, इसीलिए रखा कि हम उनको याद कर रहे हैं और उनकी आत्मा को भगवान से अपील करते हैं कि उनकी आत्मा को शांति मिले।
जम्मू के साथ साथ पूरे देश भर में लगातार उन शहीदों को श्रद्धांजलि दी जा रही है जिन्होंने अपनी जान को अपना नजराना देके देश की सुरक्षा के लिए अपनी जान के साथ, हालांकि लगातार हम देख रहे हैं किस तरह से लश्कर तोयबा का जो अटैक हुआ था 26/11 जिस नाम से जाना जाता है, हालांकि और भी हमारे साथ इस एसोसिएशन कुछ लोग हैं, इनसे हम बात करने की कोशिश करेंगे। आप मुझे बताइए सर, सुबह से हम देख रहे हैं लगातार आपकी यहाँ प्रिपरेशन चल रही है श्रद्धांजलि शहीदों को।
आज जो बड़े दुख की बात हुई थी 26/11 जो हमारे काफ़ी नुकसान हुआ था मुंबई के अंदर ताज होटल में, जो मिलिटेंट्स आए और मिलिटेंटों ने हमारे भारत के जो लोग हैं उनको वहाँ मार दिया और कई जवान जो शहीद हो गए, और हालांकि मिलिटेंट भी मारे गए थे। लेकिन ये बार बार ये घटना होती हैं। अभी रजौरी के अंदर जो हमारे 4 जवान शहीद हुए हैं, तो सरकार से हमारा यही प्रार्थना है कि जो मिलिटेंसी को जो कुचलना है ना, इनको पकड़ के जेलों में नहीं रखना है, इनको हमने पालना नहीं है, इनको कुचल कर वहीं ढेर कर देना है। और जब पकड़े जाते हैं इनको चौराहे में खड़ा होकर वहाँ इनको गोलियों से भूनना चाहिए, ताकि जो मिलिटेंट्स की बात करते हैं उनको पता चले कि मिलिटेंसी की क्या सजा है।
And our colleague Sandeep has also spoken to a lot of survivors, and you know, sometimes there's a debate whether you should call them survivors. These are people who've actually won that entire war, because it is not easy to see someone close to you losing their lives, struggling to, you know, with their lives. There are those images that you see on your screens of that very fateful day 15 years ago that continue to char memories, that leave an imprint on people's memories. Sandeep speaking to some such people and recalling what they went through, how their life has been.
करते हैं क्या कुछ आपके जहन में आता है जब 26/11 का नाम सामने?
तो उस रोज़ बुधवार की रात थी, काली रात है, आज तक भूल नहीं पाया हूँ। उस वजह से मेरे को आज तक है ना, सुबह 5-6 बजे रोज़ सोता हूँ, कितना भी मैं काम कर लूँ 5 बजे 6 बजे के बाद सुबह नींद आती है। काली रात इतनी भयानक थी कि किसी भी देश किसी भी कंट्री में ऐसा ना हो। आतंकवादी लोगों का हमने क्या बिगाड़ा है? लड़ो, बॉर्डर पे जाके लड़ो, मिलिट्री लोग से, सिपाही लोग से। पीछे आए बुजुर्ग बच्चा, उसमें देखो हम लोग का मजहब कुछ सिखाता नहीं है कि इसको मारो उसको मारो। एक मुर्गी भी काटने को हम लोग को कलमा पढ़ना पड़ता है, लेकिन आतंकवादी बुजुर्ग, उसमें मुसलमान भी मरे, हिंदू भी मरे, बच्चे भी मरे, बुजुर्ग भी मरे, फॉरेनर भी मरे। लेकिन मैं सरकार से गुजारिश करना चाहता हूँ कि आतंकवादी जब पकड़ा जाए तो उसको अंडा सेल बिरयानी 2 से 3 महीने में फैसला करो कि दूसरे आतंकवादी का आका जो हुक्म देता है उनको मारना है या मारना है। और अपने देश के सुरक्षा बल, पुलिस वाले को, पब्लिक को बचाना है, खुद को बचाना है, गवर्नमेंट की प्रॉपर्टी को बचाना है। आतंकवादी कभी भी कुछ हादसा हो, मैंने देखा उस दिन फॉरेनर लोग थे ज़मीन में लेट जाते थे, हम लोग को कुछ पता नहीं कि कैसा गोली चलेगा तो कैसा क्या, हम लोग खड़े होकर भागते हैं किधर भी गोली लगता है, लेकिन फॉरेनर लोग ज़मीन जहाँ पे है वहीं पे लेट जाते थे। लेकिन उस दिन इतना बड़ा हादसा हुआ, 1000-1500 पब्लिक को मैंने निकाला, मास्टर लोग को निकाला। आज मैं गरीब हूँ तो मेरे को कोई पूछता नहीं है, सिर्फ मीडिया वाले आते इंटरव्यू लेके चले जाते हैं। आज कोई बड़े बाप का नेता होता है या मंत्री का होता है या कोई सेलिब्रिटी का लड़का होता है या हीरो का, उनको कहाँ से कहाँ मुझे आज एक चाय वाला को छोटा सा जॉब या छोटा सा लाइसेंस देने से कुछ देश का नुकसान नहीं होएगा। लेकिन हमारे जैसा आज भी बिल्डिंग में आग लगते हैं, ट्रेन दुर्घटना होते हैं, सड़क दुर्घटना होते हैं, तो आम पब्लिक रोड पे बड़ा पाव बेचने वाला, चाय बेचने वाला या बूट पॉलिश करने वाला, वो लोग पहला जाके भाग के जाते हैं।
शुरुआत कैसे हुई थी? आप क्या कर रहे थे छोटू की जब ये घटना हुई थी? तो आप कहाँ पर थे, कैसे आप वहाँ पर पहुँचे, आमना सामना कैसे हुआ, उसके बारे में बताइए पहले।
तो मेरे को ये मालूम नहीं था उस दिन इंडिया और साउथ अफ्रीका का कुछ मैच था, मैं पटाखा फूट रहा, मेरे को कुछ पता ही नहीं था कि आतंकवादी घुसे हैं। जब मेरे पास आके फायरिंग किया, मैं तो बम करके बम फट रहा, भागो भागो चिल्ला। टिकट काउंटर के पास था, टिकट काउंटर अंदर गया, गेट लगाया, और जब मेरे को आमना सामना के भंदा सा गाली दिया पंजाबी लैंग्वेज में, तब मेरे को समझ में आया। जब मेरे को शूट किया तब मेरे को समझ में आया कि आतंकवादी है। मैंने कभी आतंकवादी पिक्चर वगैरह में देखा था, और मैं कसाब कौन था मेरे को वो भी नहीं पता। क्राइम ब्रांच में बुला के मेरे को बिठाया, बाद में मालूम पड़ा ये कसाब है। बाद में मैं पहचाना कि ये बंदा मेरे को गाली दिया था, मेरे को फायरिंग किया था, तब मैं पहचाना। पहले नाम भी नहीं मालूम था उसका, एड्रेस भी नहीं मालूम था, कौन है क्या।
We also have Sandeep who's joining us live right now. Sandeep, where about you at this point in time? And you know, this is a day that every year we talk about, Sandeep. People get together, they make resolves. But then does anything change on ground zero? You know, these survivors that you've spoken to today have a void in their lives that can never be fulfilled. You know, no amount of compensation, no amount of empty promises can get their loved ones back. So many people lost their lives, so many questions were asked. Sandeep, are we any better today?
See, Deepti, as of now, you know, I would like to show you the visuals of the place where this, in fact, incident happened. This is the gateway of India, and in fact, just beside me is the iconic Taj Hotel. And as you mentioned that whether things have changed on the ground or not, definitely things have changed, Deepti. If we talk about the security and the checks that happen across the city of Mumbai, definitely it has changed. But yes, the wounds are still alive of the people who have lost their lives, the kins, in fact, and the people who have, in fact, lost their families in this very attack. Remember, Deepti, 166 people had lost their lives, and this is not very less number. More than 300 people were injured in this very incident. And as far as the locations are concerned, it was the iconic Taj Hotel, the Nariman House. Remember, baby Mushe, his whole family was in fact killed by these terrorists. And one of the important point out here is that I was speaking to one of the officials who was involved in catching Kasab. Today in the morning I was about to have a word with him, and in fact he mentioned that how Tukaram Omle, in fact the official who took the bullets on his chest, who caught due to which Mumbai police was in fact able to catch Ajmal Amir Kasab alive. And not only that, Ismail, his associate, was killed by Mumbai police at that very point. So definitely, as we talk about this very incident, this very attack, it is something that any Mumbaikar who was in fact living in Mumbai cannot in fact forget the whole incidents. I remember I was there in school at that point of time. I was in the 8th grade, and in fact I can still go through with the memories that I had. And in fact I was watching each and everything that was running on the televisions, each and every update I was getting from the television, how Hemant Karkare, in fact I would like to share you how Hemant Karkare just spoke to media, and just within 10 to 15 minutes he was shot. And not just only him, he was associated with Vijay Salaskar, he was associated with Ashok Kamte. So these were the officers who in fact lost their life. So each and every moment is in fact in the minds of the people, in the memories of the people. And definitely if you ask to any Mumbaikar who is living in this city, we have a huge love for this very city. And in fact at the same point of time when any such kind of attack happens, definitely it is still in the heads of the people, and we cannot forget it. Although it is the 15th anniversary of this very attack, we spoke to multiple people. We spoke to Vijay Salaskar's daughter today in the morning. We spoke to Devika Rotavan, the witness, in fact the survivor who got hit on the right leg, and it was Kasab who had shot her on the right leg, and in fact she was operated. As far as the Chotu Chaiwala is concerned, he sells tea near the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj terminus. In fact, he helped people to get into hospital. He saved lives, in fact, at that very moment when Kasab was in fact firing bullets. So definitely it has a huge impact on the lives of the Mumbaikars out here in Mumbai. But yes, 15 years of that very attack, and the memories are still alive, Deepti.
Oh yes, and Sandeep, you were just speaking to a few of these survivors, and when you speak to them and when you read about them, their powerful stories, and as someone who's actually reported on these terror attacks, a lot of this can be really numbing. And you just go back in time, those 15 years, like you also said, you were glued to television sets, and the entire nation, Sandeep, was watching what was happening on television for 3 straight days till the entire siege ended. Now, like I said, it is a kind of a way of remembering a lot of these people who've lost their loved ones when everyone meets together like they're meeting today at the gateway of India. But what are the kind of responses you've heard from a lot of other people who perhaps do not make into television studios or to newspaper headlines, but have been touched by what happened during 26/11?
Yes, everyone, in fact, not only just in Mumbai, but across the country were in fact, traumatized by the things that were in fact happening in the financial capital, Mumbai. And as I give you the live visuals from this very place, this is the iconic Taj Hotel. And in fact, remember, we have seen on the television the scars of that very attack, how Leopold Cafe, which is famous in the foreigners, how people there were killed, how people in Nariman house were killed, the actions that happened across the city of Mumbai. So the scenes are still alive. It is very much fresh in the minds of Mumbaikar, and that is something not forgettable. I just want to point out one more thing. In an interview to Republic TV, the investigating officer, Mr. Ramesh Mahale, who was speaking to me, and he mentioned that as far as Kasab is concerned, Kasab was not in the mode of regretting things. He had in fact no regret about what he had done. And as far as his brainwashing is concerned, he was so brainwashed that the things against Muslims were pushed into, penetrated in fact in his mind, that there were a lot of atrocities against Muslim. And at that point of time, when Mumbai police in fact took him on the tour and showed him the visuals of how people offer namaz in open in India, the claims that were made by Lashkar-e-Taiba and the things that were said to him were false. And later on, after telling him those things, he in fact opened up and he told them about the story of how he came out here, who was his handlers. In fact, he went on to mention the name of his handler, that was Lakhvi, who was in fact handling him. Hafiz Saeed's name had appeared, Masood Azhar's name had appeared in that very investigation. So, it is very much, it is very much important to understand how these terrorists who had no good financial background there in Pakistan and were trained and brainwashed against India, and how they entered in Mumbai through sea routes, and they opened a fire, and which led to killing of more than 166 people in this maximum city. Deepthi.
All right, Sandeep, for the moment, thank you so much. And we also join the entire country in paying our tributes. Our thoughts and prayers are with those families who lost their loved ones. And I do remember this is, just one of the many instances where you will see all of Netas getting together, talking about ensuring that there are better safety concerns for everyone. But does anything change on ground or not? We let you decide that as we quickly head into a break. But on the other side, we keep getting you more news updates. Don't go anywhere.
Amity University has been conferred the Intellectual Property Award 2023 by the Confederation of Indian Industry CII for its patent portfolio, a reflection of Amity's commitment to research and innovation. With over 250 granted patents, 33 faculty in the Stanford top 2% scientists of the world, and an H index of 133.
With over 100 unicorns and more waiting to come up, it's time to celebrate India's entrepreneurial spirit. Join us at the India Economic Summit Sustaining the Dream Run on 5th December in New Delhi to celebrate this and more. From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi. All set to become a developed nation by 2047. The Indian growth story is an unparalleled success. Be there at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, coming up on 5th December in New Delhi.
कांग्रेस ने राजस्थान को महिलाओं के खिलाफ अपराध में नंबर 1 बना दिया है।
आज हमारी पार्टी, हमारी सरकार आपके सामने जो काम किया उसके दम पर वोट मांग रहे हैं।
तेलंगाना में ना कांग्रेस को फायदा होगा ना बीजेपी को फायदा होगा। ये तेलंगाना की आवाम इस बात का फैसला कर चुकी है।
केसीआर, ओवैसी की पार्टी और कांग्रेस तीनों परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं। आपका एक वोट भारत का भविष्य तय करने वाला वोट है।
With over 100 unicorns and more waiting. All set to become a developed nation by 2047. The Indian growth story is an unparalleled success. Be there at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, coming up on 5th December in New Delhi. With over 100 unicorns and more waiting to come up, it's time to celebrate India's entrepreneurial spirit. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi to celebrate this and more. From satellites to semiconductors, India is on an economic growth highway. Join us at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, on 5th December in New Delhi. All set to become a developed nation by 2047. The Indian growth story is an unparalleled success. Be there at the India Economic Summit, Sustaining the Dream Run, coming up on 5th December in New Delhi.
कांग्रेस ने राजस्थान को महिलाओं के खिलाफ अपराध में नंबर 1 बना दिया है।
आज हमारी पार्टी, हमारी सरकार आपके सामने जो काम किया उसके दम पर वोट मांग रहे हैं।
तेलंगाना में ना कांग्रेस को फायदा होगा ना बीजेपी को फायदा होगा। ये तेलंगाना की आवाम इस बात का फैसला कर चुकी है।
केसीआर, ओवैसी की पार्टी और कांग्रेस तीनों परिवारवादी पार्टियां हैं। आपका एक वोट भारत का भविष्य तय करने वाला वोट है।
With over 100 unicorns and more waiting to come up, it's time to celebrate India's entrepreneurial spirit. Join us at the India Economic Summit Sustaining the Dream Run on 5th December in New Delhi to celebrate this and more.
Women pioneers have rewritten the narrative of what is possible with passion and perseverance. With their achievements, they don't just inspire, but also pave the way for future generations of female athletes worldwide. Hello and welcome to Techno Phantom V-Flip 5G presents Women Pioneers of India in association with Republic TV. On the show with us today is one of India's most prolific cricketer, Arjuna awardee, Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna recipient, Padma Shri, the highest run